Hello and welcome back to the Summoner's Guide to Final Fantasy XIV and a fight I haven't played in a very long time. This is a trial that was released in between 4.3 and 4.4, I think about 4.35 or so. This is actually a crossover event between Final Fantasy XIV and Monster World. Monster Hunter World. So we're fighting one of the Monster Hunter signature enemies, Rathalos. The key with this fight is that you have these Mega Potions, which can restore your HP. You have precisely 10 of them. So you need to use them wisely. Now, in this first part of the fight, don't use any of your Mega Potions, because your healers will be doing their job. Later in the fight, your healers will become completely useless. So that's when you're going to use the Mega Potions. The key in this fight is to, as best you can, stay out of his front. Because where he's pointing is likely where his attacks are going to go, and he generally doesn't telegraph them, so... Yeah, you want to make sure you're staying out of his front, and if you're doing that, you'll be fine. As a caster, oh, and now there's sheep. Oh, there's all sorts of enemies. Alright. So I'm going to start AoEing these down again. I don't remember all the mechanics of this fight, to be honest. I remember enough of them to survive. Again, those enemies that do have telegraphs, obviously you'll want to stay out of them. But for Rathalos, he really doesn't telegraph, so you'll just want to stay out of his front, because that's where most of his attacks are going to be. What does this do? Okay, yeah. This is the important one. I'm stunned. I think we need to kill this guy next. If I recall correctly, his corpse will stay on the battlefield, and you need to line of sight Rathalos to avoid his ultimate. That's why it's important to kill that ad. Alright, at this point, healers become useless. So at this point, your only source of healing is going to be your Mega Potions. And yes, you'll want to stay out of front to avoid that happening. So you want to keep a close eye on your health, and use the Mega Potions when appropriate. Now, I believe your healers can still use things like Asuna to get rid of your status ailments. And of course, they can still DPS, they just can't do their own healing. But you want to try again, just like in the first phase of this fight, to stay out of the boss's path as best you can. I thought for sure that went off. Oh, I'm in front of him. I don't want to be in front of him. Oh, there's a stack up. Stack up. like it just did, he will go down and become quite vulnerable. So, oh, that's right, tail. I forgot, you have to target the tail. So that's really basically it. Just keep damaging him until he falls, then attack the tail like I didn't do. Stay out of his front side best you can, so as not to get hit by his attacks. The less attacks you get hit by, the less you're going to need to use your Mega Potions. And this really just kind of becomes a race between your ability to damage him and your ability to avoid damage and not use all the Mega Potions. There is an extreme version of this fight that actually, instead of 8 players, uses 4. The telegraphs are a little more interesting to deal with. There are no telegraphs, of course, but yeah, the mechanics are a little more interesting, and there's only 4 players and a limit to the number of, there it is. Limit to the number of times you can die, all sorts of fun stuff. So yeah, as you saw, we did more than 1 million damage by attacking his tail. So that's what you want to do. Oh, looks like he's gonna drop. Oh, we've already destroyed the tail. Okay, so the tail can only be destroyed once. But he is more vulnerable when he's down. And there you have it. Not a difficult fight, but a lot of fun. Now, one thing to note when you're fighting Rathalos, when you are done, make sure to interact with the body. The head and the tail, if I recall correctly, and you'll get some scales, which are tokens you can use to turn in for Rathalos-specific gear. And that's really all you need to know for that. So, until next time, have a wonderful day.